Hi guys, talking about day 7 doing the math task. We're going to do some interpretations of division. It's been a while since our learning packet, we've been able to do some multiplication and division, so this ought to be a good review for most of you. Maria cuts 12 feet of ribbon into 3 equal pieces so that she can share it with her 2 sisters. How long is each piece? Now, we've got some information that I want to underline. I know that the ribbon is 3 feet long, and I know she's going to cut it into 3 equal pieces. It also says over here that she can share it with her 2 sisters, but I don't want you to be misled by that. This 2 is just talking about how many people there are. So I've got Maria and her 2 sisters, which if you look at that carefully, that's 1, 2, 3 people, and each person's getting a piece. So disregard that 2. It's there to kind of trick you. She's cutting her 12 feet of ribbon into 3 equal pieces because she's going to share it with herself and her 2 sisters. That 2 is not going to be part of our math problem because it's actually part of our math problem right here. The 3 equal pieces. One of them will go to Maria. The second one will go to her sister. And the third one will go to her other sister. So disregard that 2 right there. We're not using it. Now, the way that we're going to solve this today is using our handy-dandy Math Mountain that we're so used to doing in class. And we've got to figure out, okay, where is the 12 going to go? Let's see how well I can freehand this. There's our triangle. That's supposed to be a circle. And this is supposed to be a square. Now, because it's been so long, let's review. Up next to the triangle, this is where the total should go. So whichever number signifies the total, that's where that's going to go. Over by the circle, this is going to be my groups. In this case, the pieces that the ribbon is cut into. And then the square, this is where we put our information, where we want to find out how long each piece is. All right, so let's take a look at the information we have in our story. Maria cuts 12 feet of ribbon. So I've got to figure out where the 12 goes. Well, the ribbon is 12 feet long. That's our total. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that here. 12 is our total. That's how long the piece is. The whole piece. Over here, I need to figure out where my 3 equal pieces go. The groups are my pieces. So my 3 equal pieces are going to go here, in this box right here. What I'm missing is the length of each piece. I don't know how long each piece is. That's the unknown here. And I can tell I'm right because if I look at the question, it says, how long is each piece? I don't know how long each piece is because I don't have this filled in. So when we know the total, but we don't know the rest of the math, we know the total and we know how many groups, but we don't know the rest, we know we're going to be dividing. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to draw this out. 12. And I'm going to divide by 3 so that I can solve for the unknown, which means I'm going to count to 3s until I get to 12. And if I count to 3s until I get to 12, here we go. We've got 3, 6, 9, 3, 12. Now I'm going to count how many 3s that took. 1, 2, 3, 4. It took us 4 3s to make 12. So my unknown is 4. And I can write that answer over here. 4. That's one interpretation of division. Now we're going to math task step B. Looks like the same story. Maria has 12 feet of ribbon and wants to wrap some gifts. Each gift needs 3 feet of ribbon. How many gifts can she wrap using the ribbon? All right, it looks like the same story, and it's definitely in the same family, but there are some differences. Maria has 12 feet of ribbon. That hasn't changed. And she wants to wrap some gifts. Each gift needs 3 feet of ribbon. How many gifts can she wrap? And again, we're going to go with our Math Mountain. And we're going to remember that at the top of the Math Mountain, this is where we want the total. Down here at the circle, this is where I want to know what my groups are. And over here is where I have my in each, or for each gift, my each information. My total length of ribbon has not changed. I still have 12 feet of ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and write that up here as my total. That hasn't changed. But in this story, it says she wants to wrap some gifts. It didn't tell us how many gifts. My circle here, my groups, my containers, those are the gifts. So down here is where I need to write the number of gifts that she has, and I do not know that information. It just said some gifts. This is my unknown. Last time, my unknown was the box, but this time, my unknown is the circle. Now I'm going to go over to the box, and it says, each gift needs 3 feet of ribbon. The reason why I'm going to put the 3 in this box here is because the 3 is my each information. It said, each gift needs 3 feet of ribbon. So, keeping in mind that the box always tells me this is where I find my in each information, or my each piece information. That's usually where I keep that, is inside the box. So this time, my unknown is the number of containers that I need. I have 12 feet of ribbon. I'm still dividing it by 3, but what I'm trying to solve has changed. This time, I'm not trying to find out how many, like up here, how long each piece is. This time, I'm trying to find out how many groups. It's the groups that I'm looking for. How many gifts can she wrap using the ribbon? So it's my groups that I'm missing. The math hasn't changed though. So if I do the math, let's go back to red. 12 is my total. I'm dividing by 3. And the answer is not going to be any different than it was before. When I count by 3s, it took me 4 3s to make 12. It's still going to take me 4 3s to make 12. The difference is that 4 now means something different. That 4 is my groups. Last time I was missing how long each piece was. This time I'm missing the number of gifts, or the number of groups. But the answer is still 4. So there, when we're dividing, we're either trying to find out the each information or the groups information. So we're usually trying to find out how many groups or the number in each group. For our first one, we knew the number of groups. We just didn't know how many inches in each group. Whereas down here, I didn't know how many groups. I knew how many were in each group, but I didn't know how many groups. So that's what the 2 interpretations of division that we have going on here. All right, if you have any questions, make sure you post them in Google Classroom.